I just give everybody hits. I'm like, you hit it hard enough, it's gotta be a hit, right? All right, good afternoon, softball fans. We're coming to you live from Thomas Park, where the East Cougars are taking on Owatonna on this beautiful afternoon. And we're getting ready already here in the top of the first for Owatonna. So going through the lineups first for East, leading off in center field is going to be Jacobs. Batting second, Stevemer. Batting third, the pitcher, Stangl. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Haley Paetzel. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Carly Wendinger. Batting sixth is Jada Swalb. Batting seventh, Maddie Beatty. Batting eighth, Destiny Reisner. And batting ninth, Emily Hacker. Leading off for Owatonna is going to be number 2, Izzy Radel, as she fouls one back. Cougars in their all-black uniforms tonight. Can't ask for much better weather than this. Little breeze, but shouldn't be too much of a factor in this contest. And Stangl gets the strikeout right away, clipping that inside corner for the first out. Throwing the heat, hearing the snap into Reisner's glove, and just like that, one down on the strikeout, the looking strikeout for Stangl and the Cougars here in the top of the first. The batting second for Owatonna is number 11, Bogan. Owatonna wearing their all blue. Stangl delivers, hits that outside corner, strike one. Bringing the heat. Cool feature story on her on KUIC the other day. Talked about how she can throw 65. Bogan showing bunt, but the pitch is low to even the count at 1-1. And Stangl, the pitcher for East, when she throws 65, but then can even do 68 during a walk-up, which, put that in perspective, some college pitchers can't even pitch that fast. And Stangl's just a sophomore. She delivers high, 2 balls, 1 strike. Nasty pitch when she brings in the speed and the rise ball. Hard to lay off that because you only have that split second to decide. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And Bogan grounds it. Wendinger right there to play the hop. And that's out number 2. Nice play by Carly Wendinger there. Get those bouncing balls and you never know how they're going to hop, but she played it just right. And the Cougars have 2 down here in the first. It's going to bring up Owatonna's number 3 hitter, Bentz. Owatonna, one of the better teams in the Big Nine, of course, with East and West. Stangl delivers, and Benz can't lay off the high one, so strike 1. You can see early on Owatonna knowing Stangl's a quick pitcher. 1 strike, 2 outs. And then Stangl goes nasty with the changeup. 0-2. Can't imagine what that looks like after seeing the heat and then going that slow. How do you do that as a hitter? And right down the middle, 2 looking strikeouts for Kylan Stangl and the Cougars in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. And the Cougars will be coming to bat here in the bottom of the first on a beautiful afternoon here at Thomas Park at Mankato East. For the Cougars, they'll be coming to bat here in the bottom of the first, no score. Sydney Jacobs will lead things off, followed by Peyton Stevemer, Kylan Stangl, Haley Paetzel, Carly Wendinger, Jada Swalb, Maddie Beatty, Destiny Reisner, and Emily Hacker.
There is a GMC Arcadia gray license EWN059. Thank you.
And just if you're interested to read a little bit more about these athletes and a bunch of others, I go to 24/7 Ball Sports. Had a fun get to know you article with Emily Hacker, the left fielder for East. She talks a little bit about her favorite classes. I'm impressed with a lot of these girls that I've had the opportunity to interview. A lot of them are saying chemistry is their favorite class, so not mine, but good for them. Liking chemistry and talking about their plans. You know, she's young, but kind of seeing what their plans are for the future. So leading off for East, Sydney Jacobs, center fielder, will be going to Bethany next year to play softball.
Cougars, center fielder number
Saw
9.
Coach Nessler, the Bethany coach, in the stands. And a couple of Bethany players and former East alumni, Anna Christofferson and Haley Stockman, on to no doubtedly cheer on their alumni, Cougars, and future teammate, Sydney Jacobs. So Hodgman, the pitcher for Owatonna, she did a good job against West, holding them to just 3 runs. West won that game 3-1. Jacobs, of course, the speedy lefty to lead things off for East here in the bottom of the first. No score. Hodgman trying to go outside and just missing. Jacobs doing a good job of laying off. Again, for a lefty slapper, tough to lay off those outside ones, tough to hit them as your body and momentum's going down the first baseline. There, Hodgman hits the outside corner. Brings up a full count to the Cougars' leadoff hitter here in the first. Fouls one down the third baseline hard. Hodgman just living outside on her pitches so far to Jacobs. A good-sized crowd. Should be a good matchup between these two teams, 2 of the best in the Big Nine. And Hodgman paints the outside corner to get the looking strikeout. A nice pitch hitting that outside corner. And 1 down for Owatonna in the bottom of the first. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Peyton Stevenmer. We're talking about college athletes. Peyton will be going to Gustavus to play basketball next year. And she takes high for ball 1. Cougars are perfect in the Big Nine. Only loss of the season coming to LeSueur Henderson. Another tough team. Hodgman, the pitcher for Owatonna, hits the outside corner to the righty now to even the count at 1-1. East had the 14-0 win over Austin. Stevenmer fouls one straight back. Good cut, just missed it. It's going to bring up 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's 1 down. We're in the bottom of the first, no score. For those just joining us, Kylan Stengel had 2 strikeouts for East in the first, and Carly Wendinger a nice ground ball for a quick 1-2-3. Stevenmer's going to pop this one up in the infield. A tough play for the second baseman, who runs out to grab it. A nice play by the Owatonna second baseman as it just kind of hung in the air a little bit, giving her enough time to get out there. So 2 down. It's going to bring up Kylan Stengel, the number 3 hitter for East, the pitcher. Again, I mentioned that KUIC story before. Just kind of neat to hear them talk and see, the highlights of the season so far. Stengel talking about how she wants to go Division I, play softball, and why not? She's a sophomore bringing the heat. She pitches, brings it with the bat. She takes outside. She's got that approach, has that competitiveness. And it's kind of scary to think she's only a sophomore. Ground ball, foul down the third baseline. Aggressiveness, she wants it, even with 2 down. Never count the Cougars out. Solid lineup all the way through. Lays off the high one. Hodgman again, a good pitcher for Owatonna. Has a decent rise ball. 2-2 the count. It's been living on the corners for both righties and lefties so far early in this game. Stengel's going to ground it to the shortstop, who fires it over to 1. And just like East, Owatonna has a 1-2-3 inning as we head to the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we're going to head to the top of the second. No score here between East and Owatonna at Thomas Park. A lot of construction going on. Building those new fields, a new facility. Still isn't impacting this field where they're playing. Just a nice park again, a nice field. Nice weather, can't ask for much more. A good matchup. Two good teams in the Big Nine. For Owatonna in the second, it's going to be their 4, 5, 6 hitters to lead things off. Some similar matchups. Owatonna lost to West 3-1. East, of course, beat West on the walk-off hit in the 7th. So hitters 4, 5, 6 for the Huskies. It's going to be number 14, Zoe Rausch, leading off the top of the second for Owatonna. As the Cougars meet in the infield and get ready to go. As Stengel gets set to deliver here in the second. And Rausch going after the very first pitch, fouling it back. Behind it just a little. Here in the second. No balls, 1 strike. Nobody on. It's the first batter for the Huskies here in the second. Stengel goes low and Rausch attacks it again, fouls it off. 0-2 now the count. Stengel ahead early to the cleanup hitter for the Huskies. No balls, 2 strikes, top of 2, no score here at Thomas Park. And a nasty changeup in the dirt gets Rausch to swing, and just like that, there's 1 down. I like it. Rausch aggressive going after it, but Stengel doing a good job mixing it up, keeping the hitters guessing. Makes the pitcher that much more dangerous. So 1 down for the Cougars in the second, and that's going to bring up Bogan, the hitter, number 9, for Owatonna. And just like Rausch, Bogan goes after that first one, fouling it straight back. 0-1 the count. 1 out. We're in the top of the second, no score. East and Owatonna. Stengel already 3 strikeouts out of the 4 batters. And she goes high, and Bogan attacking it again for strike 2. Nasty rise ball just up and out of the zone, but just enough to tempt the hitters to go for it. Love that pitch. Oh, Bogan wanted that one, but she lays off the high one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Why not? Fished for it the first time, why not try it again? 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's going to be a ground ball foul. And Bogan will get another chance. Behind that one as she fouls it off down the first baseline. But with 2 strikes, you got to protect. Stengel, rise ball's working, changeup's working. There's a ground ball. Stevemer fields it cleanly, throws it over to Paetzel at 1, and that's 2 down. Good at bat for Bogan. But Stevemer right there makes a nice throw over to 1. 2 down. It's going to bring up the Huskies' number 6 batter, Selbrand, number 7. 2 down. No score here in the second. Just out of the zone. I don't know if you can hear about that snap into Reasoner's glove. You just know Stengel's bringing the heat. For us softball nerds, it's a pretty sound. Goes high again. 2 balls, no strikes. Selbrand doing a good job staying disciplined against those rise balls. Tough to do when you know how fast Stengel's throwing. A split second to decide, and then the ball just goes up. Here's a ground ball. Fielded nicely by Paetzel on the bounce. She doesn't let the bounce play her, and another 1-2-3 inning for Stengel and the Cougars. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're going to head to the bottom of the second. No score. Cougars are going to have their 4, 5, 6 hitters up. It's going to be Paetzel, Wendinger, and Swalb. Have a good one so far. Both pitchers doing a good job keeping the hitters off balance. A couple of balls put into play by both teams, but the defense making the plays. We're going to be scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second. Hodgman, the pitcher for Owatonna. And she's back out for the second.
Playing first base, number 20, Haley Peitzel.
Haley Peitzel will lead things off for the Cougars, the first baseman. Had that nice defensive play on bounces on the ground ball to her. Went after it and attacked it, didn't let the bounce play her to make the easy out. But now she'll lead off for the Cougars in the second. Hodgman delivers low, ball one. Gorgeous day. You wish on days like this you could play 5-6 games. Hodgman delivers low again, ball two. Just a light breeze, the flag's blowing in, but I don't think it'll factor too much, as it did the other day. Peitzel going after the rise ball, fouls it straight back. It's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike. The foul ball went into the construction zone. Brave fan going after it. Hodgman delivers again to Peitzel. High, but Peitzel wanted that one. He swings. 2-2 the count to the Cougars cleanup hitter. She's leading off for the Cougars in the second. Hodgman goes high again, but this time Peitzel lays off. Good discipline. The Cougars first baseman. Going to bring it up to a full count now. Peitzel again, staying alive, fouls it back on a good swing and good pitch. Good battle right now between Hodgman, the pitcher for Owatonna, and Peitzel, the batter for the Cougars. And here the Cougars players really cheering her on. Oh, a nice pitch by Hodgman. Clips that inside corner. Peitzel thought it was ball 4, but it got that inside corner enough for a looking strikeout. 1 down. Hodgman just doing a great job of finding that corner. I talk about that a lot, but that's so important because those pitches just enough to hit the strike zone. It's going to bring up Wendinger, second baseman for the Cougars. She swings at a good pitch, 0-1. Again, I like how the Cougar hitters, they're going after it, attacking it, because they know Hodgman's going to bring them a pitch that's going to be good to hit, like that one. 0-2 now the count. Wendiger had a nice defensive play back in the first. A good swing, but she just gets a piece of it, but the catcher hangs on. That's 2 strikeouts now for Hodgman and Owatonna here in the bottom of the second. Still no score. It's going to bring up now the right fielder for East, Maddie Beatty. 2 down, nobody on. It's the bottom of the second. Hodgman delivers in the dirt, ball 1. Nobody on base yet for either team. I know it's early, in the bottom of the second. Both pitchers, a couple of strikeouts early. And Hodgman again, that inside corner. You think, pitchers really like that outside corner, but Hodgman doing a good job going on the inside corner to these right-handed hitters. You kind of feel like you have to scoot back a little bit because it's going to hit you, but it just clips the inside corner. There too, and Beatty knew that one was going to be a strike. She fouls it off. And those pitches, when they come on that inside corner, they feel like they're just that much quicker. You got to decide that much sooner. That's what makes it such an effective pitch. And another strikeout for Hodgman, and the Cougars are down 1-2-3 in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're scoreless through 2. We're going to head to the third. No score at Thomas Park between East and Owatonna. A good pitcher's duel. Lots of strikeouts. Stengel, the pitcher for East. Hodgman, the pitcher for Owatonna. Both bringing the heat on this beautiful day. I feel I might say that a lot because we've been waiting for days like this. Feels like softball weather. You know, before earlier in the week, we're like, oh, we finally got the good weather, but then it was the wind. Or, you know, it'll be decent out, but then it'll rain. Or even snow. So days like this are days you just wish you could sit out here all day and watch softball. I'm glad we got a good matchup here between two of the better teams in the Big Nine. So it's going to be hitter 7, 8, 9 for Owatonna here in the top of the third. Neither team has had a base runner yet. Both pitchers dominating. So it's going to be Peyton Glenn, number 3, leading off here in the third for Owatonna. And she fires one, swinging on the first pitch. But Maddie Beatty with a nice catch in right field for a quick out. Thought that might have been our first runner. Beatty makes easy work of that. One down. It's going to bring up the number 8 hitter, Krausing. Cougar players cheering on their pitcher. Stengel delivers high. Ball 1. One down. We're in the top of the third. High again. Krause doing a good job laying off those pitches. Rise ball's such a tough one to lay off of because you see it comes in, it looks like it's right there, and then the spin on it gets it to rise, as the name of the pitch, and then it goes right out of the zone. Tough play for Wendinger, the second baseman, fielding the ball over by second base in time to get the runner. Impressive play because she had to move all the way over the second baseman Wendinger to field the ball by second base and fire it over to 1 in time for the second out. It's a nicely hit ball. Looked like it was going up the middle, but Wendinger takes the hit away and 2 down for the Cougars in the third. It's going to bring up the number 9 hitter for Owatonna, a lefty slapper. Cougar defense fired up after that play. 2 down here in the top of the third. Rauch, the batter, attempts the bunt, misses it for the strike. Cougar infield playing in on the slapper. Slaps it foul. Owatonna doing a good job being aggressive again. Going after their pitches. Number 9 hitter for Owatonna. Just missing. Nice pitch by Stengel, low and outside. Rausch, a good job of laying off that one. Again, that outside low pitch for a slapper. Tough pitch. And Stengel fields the comebacker right to her line drive, and another 1-2-3 inning for Stengel and the Cougar defense. So no runs, no hits, no errors in the top of the third. Still scoreless. It'll be the Cougars coming to bat in the third. 7, 8, 9 hitters for East. It'll be Beatty, Reisner, and Hacker. Normally you'd think, okay, 7, 8, 9 hitters, maybe you can take a breather or a break, but not with this East lineup. Those 3 hitters have come up clutch for East so far this season. Their entire lineup. They've got that good combination of a couple of slappers, some speed, and then some power.
Right fielder, number 3.
So leading off, the number 7 hitter, Addie Beatty, had the nice catch in right field last inning. She's going to lead things off for the Cougars here in the bottom of the third. No score. Neither team with a base runner. Slapper takes strike one. Kind of sliding her hands up and down the bat, seeing maybe, okay, would she try to bunt it? Try something to test the Owatonna defense? She kind of slaps it, and that's going to be the first hit of the game for the Cougars. And now some chaos over at first base because the ball got away from Owatonna. She would have been safe even if it was a good throw. But Owatonna thought Beatty had rounded first and looking like she was going to second. So they tried to get her on the tag, thinking she was making the attempt to go to second, which then she would be out. But the Owatonna coach asking what was going on there. The umpires having to decide, was she attempting to go to second or not? Owatonna thought they got the out because she was off the base enough. But if she wasn't attempting to go to second, she'd be safe because obviously at first you can outrun it, overrun it. So Beatty's going to be safe, and back to her hit. Perfectly placed slap. Right between the third baseman, pitcher, and shortstop. And that's going to be the first hit for the Cougars or anybody in this game. And now Reesner with the bunt. Thought it was going to be a sack, but that's going to be a hit as she beats out the bunt. And the Cougars have something cooking here in the third. Beautiful bunt by Reesner, the catcher, thinking, hey, it's probably going to be a sack, but because of the placement, she made it an infield hit. So Cougars now runners on first and second, nobody out. It's going to bring up Emily Hacker, the left fielder and number 9 hitter for the Cougars. And why not? Let's try another bunt. Hacker's going to be out, but it's a sack. Nice execution by the Cougars. You know, you can't talk about that enough, getting your bunts down. You call for it, and then when it actually happens, and now the Cougars have runners on second and third, one out, and they're back to the top of the order with Sydney Jacobs. Started with a slap hit by Beatty, followed by a bunt single by Reesner, then the sack by Hacker to bring us back to the top of the order with Sydney Jacobs, the dangerous slapper. She'll be going to Bethany to play softball next year. Cougars with their first threat of the game. Second and third, one out in the third. And she's going to slap one to the left fielder who makes a nice catch, jumps for it. And that gets by her. Jacobs probably has an in-the-park home run. Nicely hit, hard-hit ball, but right to the left fielder. Because it was shallow enough, no chance for Beatty to tag up on that. And it was a line, almost hit it too hard. It was a line drive. So that's going to give Stevenmer the chance now. 2 down, runners on second and third for the Cougars. Putting together a nice inning, doing the small ball. But you can't emphasize that enough for people when the coach gives you the bunt signal to get it down, and the Cougars did a great job of doing that. One paid off for a hit that you thought would have been a sack. And Stevenmer's going to deliver a hit. That's going to be 2. 2 runs are in for East. Line drive double for Stevenmer over the second baseman's head, and East leads this one 2-0 in the third.
Pitcher, number 7, Kylan Stengel.
Beautiful team effort by East there. Starting with the slap, a sacrifice bunt, or a bunt hit, then a sacrifice. Hard fly out by Jacobs, and Stevenmer delivers the 2-out, 2-run double. Solid job by East. And they're not done yet. 2 runs in already here in the third, and it's going to bring up Kylan Stengel, the pitcher, number 3 hitter for East, takes ball 1. She fouls 1, but that's going to go out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Cougars' number 3 hitter. Clutch hitting, and can't emphasize that enough. You know, a lot of hitters, they see the bunt signal and they're like, I want to hit, or I don't want to bunt because you think you're going to be out. But look at Look at what East did there. And that ball's going to get by the catcher. Pass ball. And Stevenmer alertly goes to third. It's going to be runner on third. 2 balls, 1 strike to Stengel. Cougars already with 2 runs in the third. Combination of everything. A slap, a couple of bunts. And you know, she won't get credit, you know, in the stat book for an RBI or anything, but Hacker's bunt to move the runners to second and third. How huge is that? Allowed 2 runs to score instead of 1. And Stengel's going to walk. They give her nothing. So the Cougar threat not over yet. Runners on first and third, 2 down, and it's going to bring up the cleanup hitter for East, Haley Paetzel. You know, you just add to the Cougars doing a little bit of everything. A walk. They're finding ways to get on. Owatonna trying a little trickery there as Stengel takes second. Catcher for Owatonna firing hard, trying to fake him out, but she throws it back to the pitcher. But Stevenmer alertly gets back to third. So now second and third for Paetzel and the Cougars. Chance for them to add to their lead, already leading 2-0 off of a Peyton Stevenmer 2-run double with 2 outs. After some small ball, got the runners in scoring position. And how huge, too, for the Cougars. It was the bottom of the order that got things going. 7, 8, 9 hitters set it up for the top of their order. Impressive all the way through. And now the Cougars in a dangerous spot with Paetzel, the cleanup hitter, up. Runners on second and third. Stevenmer on third. Stengel on second. Paetzel wanted that one, a good cut, but she falls it straight back. A high pitch by Hodgman, the pitcher for Owatonna. You know, Hodgman's been doing a good job. Just some perfectly executed plays by the Cougars to get him in this position. Hodgman delivers 1 3. It was an outside pitch. It's a little bit outside and low. Paetzel again, a tall hitter. And Hodgman will deliver again. And Paetzel's going to foul this one back and out of play. It's going to remain at 2 strikes. Good at bat between the Cougars cleanup hitter and Hodgman, the pitcher for Owatonna. But for those of you just joining us, East scoring their 2 runs here in the third. A slap hit, like perfectly placed hit between third, short, and the pitcher. And that's going to be thought maybe a base hit up the middle, but Stengel, the runner for East, is going to run into the shortstop. So the interference call is going to be made for the 3rd out. Had a chance, but you got to let the fielder field the ball. Shortstop shaken up a little bit because of collision with Stengel, the runner for East. But Owatonna will get out of the inning. 2 runs, so how it all began. Number 7 hitter for East, Maddie Beatty, led off with a perfectly slapped hit between the third baseman, shortstop, and pitcher. Then Reesner, the number 8 hitter, looked like she was going to do a sacrifice bunt, but she perfectly placed that bunt for a hit. That set up runners on first and second. That brought up the number 9 hitter, Hacker, who bunted it over. The runners over for the sac bunt, so runners on second and third. Jacobs lined one to left field for the out, but that set up 2 outs for Peyton Stevenmer to get the big 2-run double. And that's where we're at right now. The Cougars lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the 4th. The noise you might be hearing in the background, the construction happening here at Thomas Park. There's a skid steer moving some dirt. It'll be beautiful once it's complete. Doing some work on the softball fields, the playground, the area, all around the East varsity field right now. So yes, if you think it sounds like we're in a construction zone, it's because we are. But huge for the Cougars now as they head to the top of the fourth, leading 2-0 over Owatonna. Stengel was the runner who ran into the shortstop for the third out there. A tough play because, you know, you're running, you take off. And Owatonna's going to get their first hit of the game. Dropping one just over the second baseman's head. It's Izzy Radel. And so Owatonna trying to answer right back in the fourth. First hit, first base runner for Owatonna. And it was their leadoff hitter, Radel, with the base hit, landing in shallow right. So that's going to bring up the number 2 hitter, Bogan. She shows bunt, offers at it for strike one. Reisner with the throw down to first. A close pickoff play. The Cougar fans wanting that one. Nice heads-up play by the Cougars catcher. Had a chance, like the aggressiveness again. So one strike. Owatonna has a runner on one. Nobody out in the fourth. Cougars leading 2-0. For the 2-run double by Peyton Stevemer. Bogan showing bunt, but pulls back on the high pitch. Again, good strategy, going with the high pitches, the rise ball, trying to get her to pop up if she's going to bunt. So she can't move the runner. It's a 2-0 game in the fourth. Number 2 hitter for Owatonna. Stengel delivers low, 2 balls, 1 strike. So this will be Owatonna's second time through the lineup. See how they adjust. Stengel was able to shut them down the first time through the order. Runner on one. And Stengel hits the outside corner. Dangerous pitch. Outside corner. 2-2 the count. Runner on one, nobody out for Owatonna here in the fourth. Cougars lead 2-0. Stengel tries to hit that same spot. She wanted that one, kind of jumping up a little bit, thinking she had hit strike 3. Bogan, the hitter, getting the sign. Runner on one, nobody out. Top of the fourth. That's going to be ball 4 as it's low and outside. So now Owatonna trying to answer right back. First and second for Owatonna, no outs, a hit and a walk. And now it's Bentz, the number 3 hitter for Owatonna. With a chance here, Owatonna's first runner in scoring position. See how Stengel responds in that KUIC story. She talked about the mental game and how tough and responding to situations like this where you get tested, especially as a pitcher. How do you bounce back? You know, when you get a walk or maybe don't get a call that goes your way. And Bentz fouls one hard down the right field line, but it's going to be out of play. Evens the count at 1-1. Owatonna trying to answer back after East scored 2 runs in the bottom of the third. Owatonna runners first and second after a hit and a walk. Nobody out. And it's the Huskies' number 3 hitter in the lineup. Good cut, but it's going to be foul. Big pitch by Stengel now. Number 3 hitter for Owatonna. The chance for them to answer back. Owatonna trailing by 2. 4th inning. Two strikes. 1 ball. And a beautiful changeup by Stengel gets Bentz swinging. A huge out. Nasty, nasty pitch on that changeup. Bentz wanted it, but just couldn't hold up on the change of speeds. So 1 down. Runners on first and second for the Huskies cleanup hitter, Rausch. Huge pitch by Stengel. She delivers high for ball 1. Stangler, rise ball, and changeup have been absolutely filthy so far this game. 1 ball to the Huskies cleanup hitter. Roush doing a good job again laying off that high one. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners on first and second. East leading 2-0 in the top of the 4th. This game was cruising by, but bottom of 3rd, top of the 4th, both teams now getting some runners on base and some chances. High again, ball 3. Roush, the cleanup hitter for Owatonna. 3 balls, no strikes. Runners on first and second, 1 out for East in the 4th. Stangl gets set to deliver. And it's going to be high again, so now the bases are going to be loaded with 1 out. Bases loaded of Huskies. And Coach Madsen wants to talk to Stangl, probably just settle her down a little bit. The East has the 2-0 lead. She's been doing great all game. Just giving a chance to refocus, regroup, kind of settle down a little bit. So for Owatonna, it's going to be the number 5 hitter, Bogan, the hitter. East is leading 2-0, but Owatonna looking to answer back. A hit and 2 walks is where we are right now, and 1 strikeout in the inning. The base is loaded, 1 out. It's the 4th inning, top of the 4th. East leading 2-0. Number 5 hitter for the Huskies up. So we'll see how Stangl and the Cougars respond. Bogan attacking it right away, but she's behind it. It's hit hard but fouls for 1 strike. Huge for Stangl to get ahead. 0-1. Base is loaded in the 4th. East leading 2-0. Stangl coming right back at her. It's going to be high. 1-1. Owatonna doing a good job staying disciplined on these rise balls the second time through the lineup. First time through, Stangl shut him down. 1-1 the count. And she's going to deliver one. It's going to be a drive to right. It's going to be off the wall, so 1 run is in. Throw to the plate on the 2nd run. And 3 runs are going to score because the ball gets by the catcher. So Bogan with a huge bases clearing double to right, just out of the reach of Beatty. The second thought that one might have had a chance to go. It kept drifting and drifting. And East now leads 3-2 and still only 1 out. Bogan's going to be on second base. Just a huge hit. 3 runs are in. There's a play to the plate, and it bounced right in front of Reisner. Maybe had the chance to get that second runner, but the bounce got kind of away from her. It was a hard throw, hard one to take, and that allowed that 3rd run to score. So East leading 3-2. They have a runner on second with 1 out. And now it's the number 6 hitter for Owatonna, Selbrand up. Huge bases loaded double by Bogan to give Owatonna the lead. Stangl delivers high. See how she can respond to this. And her defense. Been solid. Selbrand. So, interesting play there. There's a ground ball back to Stangl. The runner on second went to third, and Stangl alertly threw the ball to third. Looked like she had potentially slid underneath the tag. The umpires are calling her out. So now there's 2 down and a runner on 1. Heads up play by Stangl to get the runner who was going from second to third. A close play at third, but it's an out for the Cougars. So now Owatonna has a runner at 1, 2 down, 3 runs in. And it's going to be Glenn, the hitter, number 7 hitter for Owatonna. They have 3 runs in this inning. A hit, couple of walks, huge strikeout, but then Bogan with a bases clearing double to give Owatonna the 3-2 lead here in the fourth. Nice pitch by Stengel, hitting the bottom of the zone there. Cougars have 2 down. 3-2 Owatonna in the fourth. Stengel goes high, and Owatonna again staying disciplined. On the high ones, they're not fishing for it. The second time through the order. So number 7 hitter. And she's going to deliver a nice hit up the middle. Good job by Jacobs, the center fielder for East, to cut that off to keep the runner at second base. So Owatonna not done yet. It's going to be the number 8 hitter, Mesa Krause. And she has a chance to add on to the Husky lead. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Number 8 hitter for Owatonna. A couple of solid hits for the Huskies in this inning. Nice changeup. Strike 1 for Stengel. Throwing the changeup right away on the first pitch. I like it. Trying to keep him off balance. 2 down. 3 runs in for Owatonna. They have runners on first and second. And Stengel fields her position. The ground ball to her. She fires over to 1 to end the inning. But the bases loaded double by Bogan gives Owatonna the lead. So quite a bit of action there between the bottom of the third and the top of the fourth. East gets 2 runs on a Stevemer RBI double, 2 RBI double. But then Owatonna comes right back in the top of the fourth with 3 runs of their own after a hit and a couple of walks. Bogan delivers a bases clearing double to make the score 3-2 Owatonna. A lot of game left. We're heading to the bottom of the fourth. So we're going to head to the bottom of the fourth inning here with East trailing. Owatonna leading 3-2. Hodgman pitching for Owatonna. And it's going to be hitters 5, 6, and 7 for East. Wenninger, Swalb, and Beatty. Beatty got things going for the Cougars last inning. So Carly Wenninger will lead things off, the second baseman. East with their chance now to respond in the bottom of the fourth. Couple of clutch hits by both teams. Stevemer with the 2 out, 2 RBI double, the bottom of the third. Bogan with the clutch bases clearing double to get the 3 runs in for Owatonna. Hodgman delivers to Wenninger, ball 1. See how the Cougars respond in their half of the fourth inning. Hitters 5, 6, and 7. Their second time seeing Hodgman. Wenninger shows bunt, pulls it back, but it is a strike to even the count at 1-1. Why not? That's how the Cougars got things going when they scored some small ball. Keep the Owatonna defense guessing. Good hold by Wenninger. She wanted the high one. But she holds 2 balls, 1 strike. Hodgman now the pitcher for Owatonna, pitching with the lead for the first time this game. Bottom of the fourth, 3-2 Owatonna. And that's ball 3. Nothing the Cougars would like more than to get this leadoff runner on. As the saying go, leadoff walks will always come back to haunt you. So 3-1 the count. She's going to hit the outside corner, making the count full, 3-2. Wenninger, the hitter for the Cougars. Her second time up. And she swings at a good pitch, just misses it. Strikeout for out number 1. Jada Swalb now the hitter for the Cougars. Number 6 hitter, third baseman. Hodgman doing a good job to come back after being down in the count. Probably pitching with a little more confidence now that she's got the lead. But this Cougar lineup, as they've shown, solid 1 through 9. Can't take a break with any of them. 2 balls to Swalv. Hodgman knows she's got to work and be crafty to all of these hitters. So far doing a good job. Swalv pops it up. That's going to be a tough play. And it's going to drop right in front of the right fielder. Takes a funny bounce. And Swalv's going to be in at 2. Good heads-up base running by Swalv on a little pop-up. Tough play for the second baseman, and the right fielder was coming in. Neither one of them able to catch it. And Swalv alertly goes to second. So the Cougars looking to answer back with 1 out, but Swalv at second. And that's going to bring up Maddie Beatty, who again started things off for the Cougars last inning with that perfectly slapped hit. See if she'll do the same thing this time around. So Swalv at second, 1 down. Beatty the hitter for the Cougars. Hodgman delivers high, ball 1. Owatonna's leading 3-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Fun game so far. Both pitchers doing a good job. Both pitchers being tested. Beatty wanted that one. Offered at it for the strike. 1-1 the count. Beatty getting a sign from Coach Madsen. Obviously has a few tricks up his sleeve. It worked last inning. Beatty swings and misses at the outside pitch. Good hard cut. You know, when these Cougar hitters swing, they swing hard. They mean business. And why not? Hodgman's a fast pitcher. You know, you connect, it's going to fly. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 down, runner on 2. Good job by Beatty to lay off the high one. Normally a strikeout pitch, but good discipline by Beatty to lay off the high one. That rise ball, both pitchers trying to get the hitters to fish for it, and they've been disciplined the second time through the lineup. Beatty's going to hit the ground ball right to the second baseman. Moves the runner to third, but it's going to be 2 down. Nicely hit ball, but right to the second baseman who fields it. 2 down. It's going to bring up the number 8 hitter for the Cougars, Destiny Briesner. Last inning, a big part of that Cougar rally. Everybody thinking Briesner was going to sack bunt it, but she placed it perfectly enough for a bunt hit and came around to score. So 2 down for the Cougars. Swalv at third. Big spot for the East catcher. She's been known to be clutch, though. Having a huge hit, I know that I can think of in the West game for sure. She's come up big other times, too. And you can tell she wants it. This one swinging hard and being aggressive. I like it. She wants it. She wants that RBI, wants to give her team the tie. 2 down, Swalv at third. Owatonna leading 3-2, bottom of 4. Hodgman trying to go high and a little off speed, but Briesner's not biting. Good eye. Swalv with a bloop single. Got to second on a heads-up alert play. Briesner's going to follow that one back to stay alive. The Cougars still alive here in the bottom of the 4th. Number 8 hitter for East. Again, they're the ones who did it last inning. Got the rally going. 2 down. Swalv at third. Hodgman gets the strikeout on a nasty high-rise ball that's too tough to lay off. So Hodgman and the Huskies get out of that one, and they're going to stay ahead 3-2 as we head to the top of the 5th already. 3-2 Owatonna. East again with a chance to tie it. Heads up base running. I like it, but they're going to leave Swalv at third. Got a good one here. Stengel's going to be back out to pitch for the Cougars here in the 5th. Owatonna leading 3-2. Owatonna getting all of their runs in the 4th inning. After a leadoff hit by Radel, a couple of walks. And then Bogan with the bases clearing double to score 3 runs. And that's how Owatonna scored. For the Cougars, they scored both of their runs in the bottom of the second on a Peyton Stevemer 2-out double. For Owatonna, it's going to be 8-9-1. Or 9-1-2, excuse me. In the 5th inning. Great game, beautiful day. Seen some great pitching, clutch hitting, some small ball, heads-up base running, and solid defense. Everything you want in a softball game. Avery Roush is going to be the hitter for Owatonna, the number 9 hitter, lefty slapper. Already in the 5th inning with Owatonna leading 3-2. Cougar defense back out there. Stengel delivers ball 1, low. Number 9 hitter for Owatonna. They'll send up 9-1-2 here in the 5th inning already. Light breeze. Stengel hits that outside corner that's just been nasty against those left-handed hitters. 1-1 the count. Great game so far by both teams. Roush tries to slap one over the third base line, but it's going to be foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Owatonna leads 3-2 in the 5th. East getting their 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. Owatonna responded in the top of the 4th with 3 of their own. Roush slapping it, but it goes foul again. She's aggressive, staying alive with those 2 strikes. Stengel, the hard-throwing righty for the Cougars. See how she bounces back, with her team only trailing by 1. Ooh, a lot of Cougar fans wanting that one to be called strike 3, but it was just a little bit too inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter for Owatonna here in the 5th. Slaps it again down the third baseline foul. Good at bat. She's not going down without a fight. 2-2 the count. She's a number 9 hitter in the Owatonna lineup. Putting up a good fight this at bat. East defense cheering on Stengel, knowing this is a good at bat and wanting to get that leadoff hitter out. Low, ball 3. We've got a full count now. What a battle between these two. Full count to the leadoff hitter in the 5th. Nobody on, nobody out. Owatonna leading 3-2. And Stengel's pitch just high for the leadoff walk. A great take by Roush. I don't know how you lay off that pitch. It's a tough one, but it was high. So Owatonna with the leadoff hitter on in the 5th. And it's going to be back to the top of the order. Izzy Radel for Owatonna. Runner on 1, nobody out. Owatonna leading 3-2 in the 5th inning. She shows bunt. It's high. She pulls back in time for ball 1. East defense has to dig down deep here. They're only trailing by 1. Plenty of game left. It's the 5th inning. You just don't want this to explode or snowball into something big, especially with Owatonna at the top of their order right now. 1 ball, no strikes. Roush, the runner on 1. She walked. Radel showing bunt. Roush steals a base just under the tag. A nice throw by Riesner, but a really good slide by Roush to get under it. And Owatonna's threatening here in the 5th. Radel was showing the bunt early, pulled back for the take, which might have just gotten enough in the way to slow down the Reasoner throw just by half a second. But Roush is going to be at second with nobody out. Radel, the hitter for Owatonna, takes strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner at 2, they're checking their signs. Owatonna with the runner in scoring position with nobody out. Radel's gonna flare one that's gonna be a deep to right. He's caught the fly ball, no tag. Huge out for East, getting Radel to fly out. 1 down, but Roush is still at second base. It's gonna be the number 2 hitter for Owatonna, Bogan, the hitter. Lefty slapper. Beatty with the catch over in right field. 1 down now for East in the 5th. Owatonna leading 3-2. Strike 1, and again with all those lefty hitters, Stengel doing a great job painting the outside corner, and maybe most importantly, getting ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Huskies number 2 hitter in their lineup. She shows bunt. It's gonna be just foul. Popped it up, but out of the reach of any of the Cougar defenders. So quickly 2 strikes.
Here we go.
Big spot for the Cougar defense. Only trailing by 1, but you feel this game already a close one. Every run's gonna make a difference here. And a looking strikeout, just a huge pitch. Hitting the inside corner now is Stengel. East needed that strikeout. Huge. 2 down. So there's still a runner at second. It's going to be the Huskies number 3 hitter, Bentz. Now with a chance. And she's going to ground it softly to Stevenmer, the shortstop, with the strong throw over to 1, and East gets out of the inning. The leadoff walk does no damage. Stengel and the Cougars able to get the Huskies 1, 2, 3 hitters out after the number 9 hitter walks. Just a big defensive inning for the Cougars. And the score is going to remain 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Nice job for East to work around a leadoff walk, stolen base, and then it was the top of the order. So now East with a chance to tie it or take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-2 Owatonna. East runs scored in the bottom of the 3rd. A big 2-out double by Peyton Stevenmer to score the 2 runs for East. And then Bogan, the bases clearing double for Owatonna to answer back in the top of the 4th. Is the scoring where we're at right now, 3-2. But East is coming to bat, bottom of the 5th. The left fielder, Emily Hacker. If you want to read more or learn more about her, head to the 24/7 Ball Sports Media webpage. And we have articles called Get to Know You to learn a little bit about her. Tries the bunt, but pops it up just a little bit too high, and that's going to be the first out. So 1 down in the bottom of the 5th, and we're going to be back to the top of the order. And Sydney Jacobs, it's going to be her 3rd time up. Strikeout and a flyout. Future Bethany Viking, leadoff hitter for the Cougars. I mentioned it earlier, but Dan Nessler, the head coach of Bethany, is here, taking in this game, seeing his future athlete, maybe scouting a few more with the talent on these 2 teams. So 1 down, bottom of the 5th, Owatonna leading 3-2. We're back to the top of the order for East, Sydney Jacobs. She takes low, Hodgman, the pitcher for Owatonna, has been doing a nice job keeping the East hitters off balance. Just that one inning allowing the 2 runs and the 2-out double by Peyton Stevenmer. Another ball. Jacobs with the good eye at the plate. Dangerous hitter, dangerous base runner. East would love to get her on base. 1 down. And Hodgman with the strike. Jacobs taken all the way. Now, if you want to go back and listen to any part of this game at any time, head to the 24/7 Ball Sports Media YouTube channel and share it with family and friends. Go back and hear and listen to the highlights. Go back and watch it. See if you agree with some of the close calls that have been in the game as much as you can. Jacobs slaps one foul. 1 down, bottom of 5. Owatonna leading 3-2. And that's going to be ball 4. Huge walk by Jacobs. They want her on with her speed. 1 down, and that's going to bring up Peyton Stevenmer. Had the big hit to get the 2 runs for East. Getting the signs from Coach Madsen, obviously with the speed of Jacobs at 1. Great opportunity for the Cougars here in the 5th, trailing by 1. Stevenmer. Next year going to Gustavus, play basketball. She fouls one off right away. She wants it. She wants to hit. It's going to go back in the construction zone. 1 strike. Cougars number 2 hitter. She's responsible for both RBIs in this game for the Cougars. Having a clutch 2-out double back in the 3rd. She fouls another one. And by foul, I mean flies out to left field. You know. Don't know what my eyes were seeing there. But a fly ball out. So it's going to be 2 down. Brings up Kylan Stengel, the pitcher. The chance to keep the inning going. Jacobs still on first for East, but 2 down. Hodgman, the pitcher for Owatonna, delivers on the inside corner. Strike 1. As the construction equipment comes closer to the field. No, we're not in a war zone. Little hit and run. Owatonna fielders give chase, but that one's going to go out of play. Coach Madsen looking like he's trying a little hit and run with the speed of Jacobs and the power of Stengel. It goes foul. So 2 strikes to the Cougars number 3 hitter and pitcher. Bottom of 5, Owatonna leading 3-2. Hodgman having a nice game pitching for Owatonna. Stengel having a nice game pitching for East. Both pitchers have worked out of a couple of jams. Quite a few strikeouts by both pitchers. And Stengel fishes for the high one. Tough pitch to lay off of. But Hodgman, the pitcher for Owatonna, coming off the mound, all smiles as she works off of a 1-out walk. And we're through 5 with Owatonna leading 3-2. A couple of chances for the Cougars and for Owatonna, but 3-2 is our score as we head to the top of the 6th inning. This game's cruising by. Owatonna fired up. A little jumping and cheering as they know they got out of a big jam. But never count the Cougars out. Still have the 6th and the 7th to go. In a close game. 3-2 Owatonna. So we're broadcasting this or live streaming this game through 24/7 Ball Sports. If you haven't heard of them, they are an indoor facility for baseball, softball. You can work on your skills all year round. Batting cages, turf fielding, for throwing, pitching, hitting year round. A couple of members include Kylan Stengel, the pitcher for East. She goes there to work out quite a bit. If you want to learn more about her, we also have an article about her on the 24/7 Ball Sports media page. doing some features called Get to Know You, so you can know some of the fun side of these athletes. I ask them things like, what their favorite class is, some favorite memories, what they love about their sport, what their plans are for the future. Stengel, of course, had the nice feature story on KUIC as well. Her speed and her desires and goals to play Division I softball someday, and why not? She brings the heat, a nasty rise ball and changeup in my opinion. I'm sure I know she has more pitches, but those are the ones just that I can see have been working really well this game. She's got the build and the drive and the desire, and as her coaches and teammates will say, the work ethic. And right now she's trying to get her team a win. In the top of the 6th inning, the Owatonna leading 3-2. Beautiful pitch there for the strikeout. Another looking strikeout. That was to the Huskies cleanup hitter, Rausch, for the quick out. 1 down, top of the 6th. It's going to bring up Bogan, the number 5 hitter for Owatonna. But so far, today's hero of the game, having that big bases-clearing double to score all 3 Owatonna runs back in the 4th. She pops one up this time. Sydney Jacobs, the center fielder for East, coming in. Calls that one. And a quick 2 outs for Stengel and the Cougars defense to the 4-5 hitters for Owatonna. Quick outs. It's going to bring up Selbrand, the hitter for the Huskies. 2 down, top of the 6th. Couple of fly balls. The wind blowing in from right field, according to the flag. Don't think it was too much of a factor, though, in any of those fly balls. That's a solid hit up the middle. Right by Stengel's head. Lucky she was wearing a mask. Hard hit, solid hit. Lucky it didn't hit her. So Owatonna with a 2-out hit. 2 down, top of the 6th inning. Owatonna has a runner on 1. Selbrand. It's going to bring up Glenn, the hitter for Owatonna. They try to make something with 2 outs. East defense wanting a chance to hit. Hard ground ball to Stevenmer, knocks it down and fires in time. Impressive play by the Cougar shortstop. A hard hit. Bobbles it a little after the hard hit. Takes a bad hop. She keeps her composure, fields it, and comes up with a clean throw to 1 just in time. And East will get out of that one in the 6th inning. No damage done. The Cougars are going to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing 3-2. Should be fired up after that play. The nice defensive play by Peyton Stevenmer, the shortstop. A play like that, you take the hard bounce, and sometimes then you knock it down, but she came up and with a solid throw. Didn't rush it. Got it just in time. It's going to be the bottom of the 6th for the Cougars. I believe it was the Owatonna catcher that was up to bat, so I'm probably taking just a little bit of time to get her gear back on as the other Owatonna fielders are out on the field already. For East, coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th, it's going to be Peitzel, Wendinger, and Swalv, the 4-5-6 hitters. Cougars need 1. They're trailing 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th. All of the action again, for those of you just joining us, happened. East struck first, bottom of the 3rd, to go up 2-0. Then Owatonna came right back in the top of the 4th to score their 3 runs. Since then, a couple of chances for both teams, but no one's been able to cross home plate. Setting up for a good finish here. Bottom of the 6th, Owatonna leads 3-2, and Haley Peitzel, the first baseman for the Cougars, will lead things off. Good take by her on the ball that goes high and outside, ball 1. Paetzel falls one over the backstop to even the count at 1-1. One and one. Cougars cleanup hitter in the 6th. Good take. 2 balls, 1 strike. The East players cheering loud. They want this one. They're trailing by 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Paetzel, the leadoff hitter for the Cougars for this inning. She bats 4th in the lineup. She takes high, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Tough spot for Hodgman and the Owatonna Huskies. And that's ball 4. East gets their leadoff person aboard. Just what they wanted. So runner at 1. Nobody out. East trailing by 1. Bottom of the 6th. It's going to bring up Carly Wendinger, number 5 hitter for the Cougars. Owatonna defense playing in, expecting the bunt. Yep, she pushes the ball down the first baseline, but foul. Cougars doing a good job in this game executing the bunts. That led to their 2 runs back in the 3rd. The small ball, a slap, bunt hit, and a sac bunt. Shows bunt again, pulls back on the high one. Owatonna catcher throws it down to first, but she's going to throw it off of Paetzel's helmet. The ball's going to bounce out of play. That allows Paetzel to go to second. I like the aggressiveness, but not in a 1-run game unless you're sure of the out. So the errant throw by the Owatonna catcher puts Paetzel in scoring position with nobody out. Tying run on second base for the Cougars. Nobody out. Hodgman delivers another ball. A good take by Wendinger. She's showing bunt, but only if it's a strike. Good take. Cougars would love to have her aboard. She shows bunt again, but pops it up. Just out of the reach of the catcher. So 2 strikes. You wonder, will Coach Madsen still have her bunt? It's risky with 2 strikes, because if you foul it, you're obviously out. But East needs a run. Let's see what they do in this situation. She does show bunt. She gets it down to the pitcher. Hodgman throws it low, but they get the out. So a good job by Wendinger to get the runner over, to get Paetzel over to 3rd. So tying run at 3rd base with 1 out. And it's going to bring up Jada Swall, 3rd baseman for the Cougars. And now anything's possible. Madsen liking that small ball. Never know, a squeeze, a suicide squeeze, who knows? Tying run at 3rd for East, bottom of 6, 1 down. Swall the hitter. Paetzel the runner at 3rd. She walked, got to 2nd on a pickoff attempt. And Swall sends one deep to right. Going to be deep enough to score Paetzel, and the sac fly by Swall will tie this thing up at 3 apiece. Bottom of 3rd. Bottom of 6th. Huge sacrifice fly. Showing again how huge it was for Wendinger to get that bunt down. She doesn't get that bunt down. Paetzel doesn't get to 3rd. She doesn't score on that. Bunts have been huge for the Cougars this game. So they get there again too. Wendinger might not get credit in the scorebook for an RBI or a hit, but her sacrifice bunt is huge in that position. Move Paetzel to 3rd, and then Paetzel's able to score on the sac fly by Swall. Good at bat by Swall. So we're all tied at 3 in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. Cougars aren't done. They send Beatty to the plate. The lefty slapper. New life for the Cougars as they tie it up. Doing some small ball, and those leadoff walks, they come back to haunt you. Paetzel led off the bottom of the 6th with a walk. She went to 2nd on a pickoff attempt that went off her helmet. Went to 3rd on the sac bunt by Wendinger. and scored on the sac fly by Swalve. What a shot by... Well, Beatty burns the center fielder. She's on two. 2-out double for Maddie Beatty. Just smoked it over the head of the center fielder.
Number 8.
Power slap by the Cougars right fielder. And now the Cougars with the chance to take the lead with 2 outs and Destiny Reesner, the catcher, up to bat. 2 down, tie game, but runner at 2. Destiny Reesner, the catcher, with the chance to give the Cougars a lead. She shows bunt. She already had a bunt hit back in the 3rd. Came around to score. Big pressure situation for the catcher. Beatty with a huge double. Reesner pops this one up and out of play. Evens the count at 1-1. Cougars came into the inning trailing 3-2, tied it up 3-3, and now they have a chance to take the lead with 2 outs. Beatty at second. Reesner the hitter. Madsen wants to talk. Make sure they're on the same page because she had shown bunt, but then she kind of slapped it. Seeing if they can fool the Owatonna defense. 1-1 is the count. 2 down. Bottom of the 6th, tie game. Beatty at second. Reesner, the number 8 hitter for the Cougars. Had a beautiful bunt hit back in the 3rd. Slaps one foul. Good cut. She's showing bunt, but pulling back to kind of slap at it. Don't know if she's trying to draw in the Owatonna defense, thinking she's going to bunt, or just using it to help see the pitcher. A lot of times you'll see hitters do that show bunt and pull back to hit, kind of helps them choke up, but helps them also see the ball out of the pitcher's hand. A couple of different reasons for doing that. She's going to fly one. It looks like Owatonna might have a chance. Is going foul. Catches it at the fence. Nice catch. Owatonna left fielder. Had to wait for the umpire to make the call. But Owatonna will get out of it, but the damage is done. East ties it up on some sacrifice bunts and flies. So impressive for the Cougars. Again, in that inning, they tie it up. Haley Paetzel leads off with the walk. She goes to second on a pickoff attempt by the catcher who throws it off of Paetzel's helmet. That puts her at second base, and Wendinger with a 2-strike bunt. Huge to move her to third, and why that's huge, because that set up the sacrifice fly by Swalve, who flies out to right, but because Paetzel was on third because of the bunt, she was able to score to tie this up. So again, can't emphasize enough the importance of getting your sacrifice bunts down. And then clutch hitting, Swalve doing just enough, flying out to allow Paetzel to score, and we're tied as we head to the 7th inning. 3-3. And back in the 3rd, it was a sac bunt and a bunt hit that got the Cougars to score, so bunting has been key for the Cougars. Making a difference. Everybody likes to get the big double or the big RBI or the home run, but in this game, it's the bunting that's made the difference and has given East a chance to tie it up in the bottom of the 6th. So now for Owatonna in the 7th, they're going to have 8-9-1 hitters up to bat. It's Krause leading things off for Owatonna in the 7th. She grounds it hard but foul down the first baseline. Again, just a great game by both teams. Seeing a little bit of everything. Clutch hitting, bunts, pitchers with some great strikeouts. Nice defensive plays. Just a fun game. Nice changeup down and low by Stengel. 2 strikes. Top of the 7th, we're tied 3-3. Stengel trying to go low again. Krause doing a good job laying off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. New life for the Cougars here in the 7th as they tie it up. 3-3. Stengel goes high. Krause does a nice job laying off. 2-2 the count now. Tie game. East tying it in the bottom of the 6th inning. East jumped out to the 2-0 lead in the 3rd. Owatonna grabbed the lead right back in the 4th. And a ball in the dirt. Krause swinging. 1 down. Huge strikeout. 1 down. That's going to bring up number 9 hitter, Rausch. Hitter for Owatonna. 1 down in the top of the 7th. She shows bunt, pulls back, ball 1. Cougar defense moving for that one. They're ready for it. 1 down here in the 7th. All tied up at 3 apiece. Slaps one to the 3rd baseman. A nice pickup by Swalv. Nice defensive play. Swalv getting the sac fly to tight and now doing it on defense too. She doesn't grab that. Rausch is on 2nd. Nice play by Jada Swalv. 2 down. Back to the top of the order for Owatonna. Strike 1. Stengel gets ahead. Just enough drop on that to drop right in the zone. Pretty pitch. Izzy Radel, a tough out for Owatonna, the leadoff hitter. She grounds it to Swalv again, who gobbles it up at 3rd. And a 1-2-3 inning for the East defense. East with a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. We're tied at 3. All right, so here we go. Bottom of the 7th, a chance for East to walk it off. Game tied 3-3. It's going to be hitters 9, 1, and 2 for the Cougars. Left fielder Emily Hacker leading things off. East just needs 1 to win it. Fun back and forth game. East took the 2-0 lead in the 3rd. Owatonna came right back in the 4th to take the 3-2 lead. That's the way the score stayed until the bottom of the 6th when East tied it back up 3-3, where we're at now, bottom of the 7th. Hacker, a good hold. She wanted that one, but it was high. Ball 1. Hitters 9-1-2 for the Cougars. 3-3, bottom of 7. Ball 2. Like we saw in the 6th, that leadoff walk. Paetzel came around to score to tie it. Hacker's got to be looking for something good here. 2 balls, no strikes. And she gets her pitch. It's going to be a fair ball down the 3rd baseline. And she makes it to 2. What a hit. Aggressive swing. Hacker, the number 9 hitter with the leadoff hustle double. Went right down the 3rd base line. Fair. It's a Good job taking second. I like the aggressiveness and heads-up base running by the Cougars. And now back to the top of the order, Sydney Jacobs. Dangerous leadoff hitter for the Cougars. She shows bunt, but fouls it back. Normally, I'd say if you were Owatonna, you'd want to walk her, how dangerous she is, but you've got Stephen Murr up next, who had the 2 RBI double, and you've got Stengel with power right after her, so with nobody out, winning run on second base. Jacobs alertly pulls it back, evens the count at 1-1. That bunting game that's carried the Cougars this whole game. Let's see if they do it again. Winning run on second base. And a beautiful bunt by Jacobs. She's going to have to hurry to get her. Beautiful sack bunt again, though. The Cougars doing their job. A winning run at third base with Stephen Murr up to bat. Stephen Murr has 2 of the RBIs for the Cougars tonight. She had the clutch 2-out double back in the third. Now a ball to the outfield will do it. Game tied 3-3 with 1 out. And they're going to intentionally walk her. Not something you see every day. 2 intentional walks. Stephen Murr and Stengel to load the bases up. They want Haley Paetzel to hit. So I get it. Stephen Murr and Stengel, 2 really good hitters, but so is Paetzel. She's the cleanup hitter. Now Owatonna wants to talk it over, make sure they all know what's going on, what's at stake. So here we are, bottom of the 7th, 1 run will win it. There's 1 out, but the bases are full of Cougars. Hacker, the number 9 hitter, led off the inning with a double. She was sacked over to third by Jacobs. That's our 1 out. And then Owatonna chose to intentionally walk Stephen Murr and Stengel, the Cougars' number 2 and number 3 hitters. And that's going to bring up Haley Paetzel, the cleanup hitter for the Cougars, with a chance to walk it off. The game is tied, so the winning run on third base. So no room for error. That's the interesting strategy about choosing to intentionally walk 2, make the bases loaded. Pressure on Hodgman now, the pitcher for Owatonna. She cannot walk Paetzel, who has been known to be patient. She walked last inning, came around to score. She delivers ball 1. I understand the strategy of wanting the bases full so you have a force at any base, but don't like the pressure it puts on the pitcher. She flies one up and out of play, even the count at 1-1. So 1 down. Hodgman with a few strikeouts already for Owatonna. Owatonna infield and outfield playing in. That winning run for East on third base. Paetzel the batter for East. And the ball's going to get by the catcher. East is going to win this on a walk-off pass ball. Hustle play by Hacker. Not exactly how you'd like to end it, but a win's a win. Catcher and the pitcher a little shaken up after the close play, and obviously a bummer for Owatonna for them ending it that way. But East will take the win. They walk it off on a passed ball, wild pitch. Not sure which one you really want to call it, but East will take it either way. They win this one 4-3. Walk-off pass ball in the bottom of the 7th. Hacker with the big leadoff double. She got sacrificed to third on a sacrifice bunt by Jacobs. Then Owatonna intentionally loaded the bases to Stephen Murr and Stengel. Paetzel was batting with the pass ball that allowed Hacker to come in from third to score. And East will win this 4-3 over Owatonna. Fun game. If you want to go back and watch and look at all the highlights, you can head to the 24/7 Ball Sports YouTube channel for this and a whole bunch of other games that we'll be broadcasting, live streaming throughout the season for East and West baseball and softball. Thanks for listening and have a great night.